Well, it first opened as a movie house back in 1935 and is a fixture on the Marietta Square today.
But without any live events to take its stage right now, the Strand Theater, well, it's hurting. And that's why community members are rallying to support the venue. Good Day Atlanta's Paul Milliken is live there this morning, and Paul, fans are shining a little light on that darkened stage.
Yes, indeed. Good to be here in the theater, and this is amazing. I gotta tell you, I've been to the Strand Theater many times. I had no idea they had an organ under the stage, and to hear Larry Davis play, it's just beautiful. That's the Mighty Allen, by the way, the organ there. It's a really good time to support the Strand. As you both just said, you know, this is a tough time for theaters across the country and around the world, but especially independent theaters like this, and that's why people are coming together and saying, you know what, we need to make sure this place stays open. It's been around since 1935. It's a real mainstay, not just in Marietta, but for the entire Metro Atlanta community. And somebody who knows that better than most is this guy right here, who I think our Good Day Atlanta viewers are gonna recognize. Stephen Imler, otherwise known as the cat guy on Good Day Atlanta. Steve, it's so good to see you. How are you?
I'm great. It's good to see you here today.
I am really happy to see you. And so let's talk about this. You know, I knew you were very involved with the Humane Society of Cobb County. Didn't know you were so involved with the Strand Theater. What is your background with this place?
Well, about 2007, former Mayor Bill Dunaway wrote an article asking people in the community to support the Strand as it was about to open, and I was called to action and inspired by what he said, and I became involved. I put up yard signs, and I got involved with the group here, and I came from no involvement to a lot of involvement over the years. I was board chair here for 1 year, and so it's become a passion for me on what the theater is and what it does for the community and what it does for the people individually who are involved.
Yeah, something you and I have talked about all morning is that you can't really overestimate the importance of this theater to the entire community, right?
You cannot. It involves, it's just not just the arts, but it's business, it's human development, it's education, it's so many things to so many people, and so it's just not a place to go watch a movie. It's just so much more than that.
Well, let's talk about what you're doing right now. So there's a campaign going on, the Double Your Donation campaign. So if people make a donation, you're going to match up to $50,000. Why are you doing this?
Well, it's to be really an example. It's to provide inspiration to people and not to get admiration for myself. Other people have inspired me by what they've been involved with, and so for me to be public about this is a way to ask others to become involved. And that way you give to something that's great. You give to yourself as a place to go, and you give to the entire community as well. So by giving, you actually help so much more for so much longer period of time.
Right.
So it's just a great gift.
Right, and it's easy to do. You can make a donation online, and you said before, it doesn't have to be much, right?
Anything anybody gives, really, it's a matter of giving is from the heart, and it's to the capacity that you have. And so any amount of money, any amount of involvement, being a volunteer or financially or other ways that you can help some organization, that would be welcome. And so it doesn't have to be a lot, and it all adds up.
Yeah, I know you hear all the time stories from people who grew up in this theater. They came to see movies here back in the 1940s and 50s, and I mean, you must hear that constantly.
I do, and one reason I'm so involved is that I don't have the deep background by having grown up here or having been in business here. I came here really as I retired. And by being involved with the theater, I get to meet so many people, musicians, people in the community, and so it's allowed me to make connections that I didn't otherwise have.
Right.
And it's a great feeling for me to have been involved so much.
Yeah, and again, this can continue for many future generations. We just have to make sure this theater stays here, and that's why you're doing what you're doing, and so many community members are giving right now. You've kept this secret of the organ from me for a long time. This is a pretty cool feature of the theater, huh?
It's fantastic. It's great to have it, but to have it go up and down in the lift like it does, it's become part of events like you were part of it just here in the tees. So it's just great to have it go down in the pit and come up for shows, and when it's not here, it's covered up with the pit cover, which extends the stage. So having this thing set up like this is a great alternative for what happens here.
It really is. Well, sir, it's so good to see you. Sharon and Katie are on the other side. Joanne's back there. Do you want to say hi, maybe? I don't know.
Steve.
Hi, miss you. I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, I know. They miss you too. They're waving to you right now through the television.
We do. We miss Steve.
Love that.
Aww.
So good to see him, and now we know this whole other side of Steve too. And what an inspiration for people to pitch in and help. Yeah, who knew? Yeah, and again, I mean, this really, just being here in the theater all morning, people have been talking about their stories of what this place means to them and why places like this are so important. And as you know, during the pandemic, it's been really tough. So a lot of people are coming together and helping out.
glad to see everybody rallying around it for sure.
Definitely.
It sounds beautiful.
This morning as well, too.
So beautiful.
It's
Paul,
great,
thank
right?
you.
Yeah,
And tell
Larry's
Steve we
amazing.
said hey, and we definitely miss him on our Monday mornings with his cat.
Will do.
10:28 is the time.